Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel once again. Make sure you're checking out the bell icon and checking out the subscribe button. Make sure you're subscribed and that you're getting notifications. Once again, I keep running into these situations where my numbers fluctuate. And as a good friend, Tomsky, you know who you are, told me stop worrying about that and worry about the message. Message isn't going to change. But YouTube hates the message, so that's where we are. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit today about what our illustrious and ever so erudite and esteemed Supreme Commissar of the People's Republic, the People's State. No, don't like that one either. How about the Union of Soviet Socialists? No, wait, that one was taken from history past. No, let's see. How about the People's Republic of North Korea? No, that's North Korea. I can't take that one. The People's Republic of Vietnam. Got Vietnam. That's two. Let's see. Well, here in the United States of America, what was once known as a constitutional republic, we now have a commissar, and his name is Joseph Biden, and he has a co-commissar. Her name is Kamala Harris. And earlier this week, Commissar Biden, the Supreme Chancellor, currently, until somebody like Kamala decides to find a way to remove him from office, I'm not going to comment about that. It made it very clear that he expects that all employers in the entire United States should come up with some sort of policy and procedure to allow for all of their staff to go and get a jab for the Coof on the clock, that they should be getting paid to get the jab. Now, you're saying, well, hey, if my employer wants to pay me to get a jab for the Coof, then maybe I'll do it. Now, you want to get a jab for the Coof, that's between you and God and your employer and anybody else that gets to look at your vaccine passport. HIPAA. But I want you to let this sink in, okay? Let this sink in just a little bit. Joseph Biden, duly elected president of the United States, is putting societal pressure on employers to pay you to get the jab for the Coof, while we're still in the process of trying to determine if the jab for the Coof is dangerous or not. One of the memes that I saw the other day showed two lab rats sitting around lounging, hanging out together, and one of the rats says, "Hey, so you gonna take the jab for the Coof?" And he's like, "Are you kidding me? They're still testing it on humans." I thought that was phenomenal, and it's the truth. Now he expects you to be able to get paid to go and be a human experiment for a jab for the Coof. But that's not even the most egregious thing, quite frankly. The most egregious thing is what our illustrious, esteemed, and highly erudite Commissar of the People's Republic of, well, no, that's Marxist soda. I used that one already. Anyway, what our president, our commander-in-chief, the chief executive officer of the United States of America, which was once formerly known as a constitutional republic, wants you to understand it is the patriotic duty of every American to get a jab. Does that sound familiar? Does that kind of propaganda sound familiar? And you may not like this, but that's the kind of propaganda that was used during the Nazi regime. It was. Absolutely was. The Nazis said it was a patriotic duty of all German citizens to turn in their Jewish neighbors. It was the patriotic duty of all German citizens to serve the state in whatever way the state said. Now, you're saying, okay, TC, you're overreacting a little bit. There's no way in the world that we're going to come down to this patriotic duty thing and it's going to backfire on us. It's just a jab for the Coof, right? They want to make you carry a passport. Are you thinking about this, you morons? Have you thought about this? They want you to carry a passport, to be able to do commerce, to be able to do business. Now, I am not eschatologically, that means a study of the end times. As a Christian, I am not a dispensationalist. Okay? I am not. I adamantly reject dispensationalism. I believe dispensationalism, and if you want to know what that is, maybe we can have that conversation on my other YouTube channel. But I don't believe in the end times theology of the Left Behind series. I don't believe in the end times theology of the way that most dispensationalist pastors teach it. I am a millennial. And my post-millennial friends would mock me for that and say I'm a fence sitter. But that's okay. You can be wrong too. But I'm an amillennial. I don't believe in the end times as the way most people understand it today, the way dispensationalists especially teach it. But have you thought about this, you idiots? They want you to carry a passport to be able to travel and do business and commerce within the United States in many places. You will produce your vaccine, a passport, or you will not do business. You will not do the business without the passport. And the only way to get the passport is to get the jab for the Coof. Do you understand? You will do this. Or you will not buy the toilet paper or the bread. And your neighbor, when you have not gotten the jab for the Coof, your neighbor will know because we will make you wear the yellow band on your arm and you will follow all the directives. And your neighbor, being a good patriot that he is, will turn you in for not following the orders. Now, you're saying to yourselves, well, that's just hogwash. Well, I would challenge you to go back and watch a video that I did a couple of weeks ago talking about the fact that the People's State of Marxisota has already implemented a law or put into place a law that says that you have the right to refuse the jab for the Coof, but the state has the authority then to imprison you for that. So you don't have a right to refuse. You just have a right to say no while they have the authority to put you in prison without due process, by the way. So you want to come at me for talking about defying a governor? You want to come at me for defying a lawful order? I don't care. The President of the United States is calling it a patriotic duty of all Americans to get the jab for the Coof. It's propaganda. And now they want you to have a passport to be able to travel and do commerce. No. Some employers are saying, you will get the vaccine or you will be fired. You will not be allowed to work here. Do you have a right to know whether or not I've been vaccinated? Does HIPAA protect me from you as my employer? Do I really need to prove to you what's wrong with me? And we'll be doing a video about, let's say, certain types of healthcare freedom wherein you don't have to tell anybody if you're positive for certain types of diseases. So no, Mr. Biden, Supreme Chancellor Biden, you puppet of the Marxist, it is not a patriotic duty for American people to get a jab for the Coof. And no, an employer shouldn't be required to pay you, nor should an employer even offer you to get paid to go and get a jab for the Coof. It's not related to your work. It's not patriotic. It's asinine. See, what we need to understand is that patriotism is not doing everything that your government tells you to do. For one, as I said in a video that I released just a few days ago, your government are the servants. You, as an individual private citizen, are the master. We, the people, are the masters. It is not mob rule. It is not rule by the majority. It is We the people individually rule according to what the Constitution says. The Constitution, if you want to, for the United States, defines patriotism. And that's individual liberty, not collectivism. It's individualism. I am an individualist, not a collectivist. And you don't get to turn the meaning of patriotism into something else so that you can try and put guilt trips on people to get them to do things. That's propaganda. That's you being an agitprop. That's you being a cog in the ministry of misinformation for whatever Marxist nation you are representing. It is not patriotic to just go along with whatever your government says. True patriotism says, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to ask hard questions. I'm going to stand up as a patriot and I'm going to say, so-and-so is out of line as a public servant. So-and-so has no authority, no right to say or do the things that they're doing. So-and-so is failing to see that they serve the people. And Joseph Biden, you don't get to determine what is true patriotism. You are a servant of the people. You are not the most powerful man in the world. You are not the most powerful man in the free world. I am one of the most powerful men in the free world. And the other people that I know and other people that I'm friends with and the people that I agree with and even the people that I disagree with, we are part of the most powerful network, most powerful structures in the world because we have authority over you. We define patriotism. And I define patriotism the way that the Constitution does, and that's individual liberties, the pursuit of my individual liberties. Not as provided by the Constitution, but as enshrined in the Constitution, ensconced in the Constitution, as granted to us by the God of nature, the Judeo-Christian God. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You can call me a radical. You can call me a dissident. You can call me a dissenter. Fine. I am countercultural. I am the countercultural one. I am the one that is resisting the mob mentality that says you will do everything the mob says. And I don't care if you like it or not. Joe Biden, Timothy Walz, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Kim Norton, anybody else in a elected servant's position or appointed servant's position. I am the most powerful person in the free world, along with all of the other people who sit as we the people. We are the rulers of this nation. We define patriotism, not you. So getting the jab for the Coof is not my patriotic duty. My patriotic duty is to question you at every turn and to challenge you at every turn and to make sure that what you're saying and what you're doing and the things that you are forwarding and advancing are true and constitutional. And no, President Biden, with all due respect, telling employers to pay their people to go and get a medical procedure is not patriotic, and it's not their duty, and it's not my duty as a patriotic American to take orders from you. You can go take a flying leap at a rolling O on a windy day. I'm done listening to wannabe tyrants. I don't care what level they're at. I'm sick of this crap, and you should be too. Until next time, Sic Semper Tyrannis.